Hello and welcome to today's demonstration of the California Continuing Professional Education Requirements for CPAs. I'm Janae Fletcher and I will be hosting the presentation. This demonstration is to clarify any questions on what the requirements are specific to California regulations. So we start off by asking who is required to take CPE courses. CPE is required for CPAs within the state of California who practice any accounting, tax, financial, or management advisory services. New CPA licensees have special CPE requirements. Initial licensing requires that 20 hours of CPE must be completed for each 6-month period from the date of issuance to the license's expiration date. This is a prorated amount based on that initial license date. If you claim an inactive status, meaning that you are not practicing public accountancy, you can request an exemption from CPE until reapplying for active status again. Now we move on to what are the state-specific requirements for CPE in California. Overall, 80 hours of CPE must be completed within a biennial cycle with a minimum of 20 hours to be done annually. California does set the reporting period based on your birth month. 40 hours of technical credit is required for CPAs to complete out of the 80 total. 12 technical hours at minimum must be completed annually. This also means there is a maximum of 40 hours in the non-technical category. 4 hours of ethics is required as well. California requires that every 6 years, 2 hours of regulatory review CPE must be completed. CPE programs do have to contribute directly to your professional competence as a licensee in public practice. I mentioned that there is a 40-hour technical credit requirement in California. These subject areas include accounting and auditing, fraud, government-type practices, and ethics. Other technical means financial planning or consulting or anything of that nature. Non-technical courses are considered professional development type instruction like communication skills, marketing, or practice management. California does have another specific requirement when it comes to practicing fraud within accounting. The state board mandates that anyone engaging in the planning, directing, or conducting of substantial portions of fieldwork or reporting on financial compliance updates of a government agency to maintain 24 hours of CPE in government-related coursework, as well as 8 CPE hours relating to fraud. The board also states that anyone involved in planning, directing, approving, performing substantial portions of work, or reporting on an audit, review, compilation, or attestation services in non-governmental type entity have the 24-hour specific CPE requirement in accounting and auditing, as well as the 8 CPE hours of fraud. This is to ensure anyone working within these fields is up to date on all auditing and fraud processes. Now that you know what CPE you need to complete, what does qualify as an acceptable CPE activity? California recognizes professional development programs from national and state accounting organizations. Any technical sessions that you attend for formal education programs from these state and national organizations are also acceptable. Attending university or college level courses can be given CPE. Teaching and preparing formal CPE courses can be awarded credit for the instructor. However, no more than 50% of your total CPE can be in teaching and preparing. Other formal education programs, such as live webcasts and self-study courses, can be used towards your CPE. And lastly, published works or instructional material for CPE programs can be submitted for approval to qualify as CPE credit. Continuing education hours have their specific requirements as well. An hour of CPE is awarded based on 50 minutes of instruction. These credits can be interactive and non-interactive for self-study, as long as they are based on the 50-minute hour requirement. Half-credit hours are accepted by California, so this means 25 minutes of instruction must be completed. CPE hours can only be awarded for that reporting period and not for any subsequent year, so they cannot be carried forward or back. You can complete all your CPE in the self-study format if you choose to do so. So over these 2 years of completing different CPE activities, it is very important to have a means of tracking this information. For this reason, CPEcompliance.com has built in the Compliance Manager feature into their system for tracking these records. Compliance Manager actively monitors deadlines and mandatory subject requirements based on what type of license or licenses you have. It is updated regularly for all the states as well as other professional licenses. Any CPE certificates you have from other providers can be uploaded into the system and will monitor what subject areas and formats are allowed. Each month, Compliance Manager will send you updates on your progress to completing your CPE requirement. We will now move into the Compliance Manager on the CPEcompliance.com website. The Compliance Dashboard gives you a snapshot of your current progress towards completing your CPE requirements. You can see that I have chosen California as my reporting state, and the period is from 2011 to 2013. You can view previous reporting periods from here as well. The Compliance Manager is divided by the specific requirements, along with the total CPE that needs to be reported. The progress bars will let you know where you are in completing your CPE. I have completed the technical 40-hour requirement for this cycle, as well as my 2 credit hours for regulatory review. I do have a 2-hour deficit in the ethics subject category. When you see that there is a deficit, you can click on the Get Credit button to take you to available self-study and webcast courses appropriate for that subject area. Also, by clicking on each subject area, you can see which courses you have taken that qualify for that requirement. CPE Link courses are automatically listed in the Compliance Manager, but you can also upload external CPE records. At the bottom of the page, there is an Add Course button. Clicking this button will take you to the course detail page, where you can fill out the course information of CPE you have taken elsewhere. After filling out the provider, date, and CPE hours, you can upload a PDF file of your certificate of completion. Some CPAs do have multiple licenses, which Compliance Manager can track and monitor as many professional licenses as you have. Next to the state requirement area, you can click on Add License to input any other state or professional licenses you have, like Enrolled Agent or AICPA membership. It is important to have appropriate initial licensing date information to be accurate. Some last added features of Compliance Manager I want to mention is that it is tablet friendly, so you can view it on the go and even upload certificates by taking pictures with your tablet or camera phone. All this information can be exported into an Excel file or printer-friendly version of the Compliance Manager page. Like I mentioned, emails are also sent on a monthly basis to update you on your compliance status. This does conclude the presentation on the California CPE requirements, as well as how to track all this information with the Compliance Manager. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me. My email and phone number are listed on this last page for your use. Thank you for attending this demonstration.